Hello and welcome to Mr. Addley's Phonics. My name's Mr. Addley and I'm here to teach you all about the letter K, which makes the K phoneme. I shall model the phoneme with the grapheme to give phoneme-grapheme correspondence. We'll look at some examples of words which use the K phoneme, and I'll model writing the grapheme. This is the grapheme for the letter K. The phoneme for the letter K is K. It's a short sound. It's not a long sound like S or or N. Okay, let's recap the sounds we already know. S, A, T, I, D, G, O, K. And the new phoneme we are learning today is K. Here's the grapheme for the letter K. K, K, K. Depending on which school, which setting your child is in, the letter K can appear differently. Most commonly in primary schools, it's quite often to have this style of K, but do check because it can be different. Particularly in America, I think they may have something quite different. But in Britain, mostly we use this kind of K, and it tends to be called a kicking K in the beginning to distinguish between K and K. When writing, a child will often say, "What kind of K is it?" So as soon as they can blend and segment, they know they need a K. They know that cat is K, at, cat. But after some time they may forget, what K is it? So we tend to say it's a curly K or a kicking K. The kicking K looks like it's kicking a ball because of the flick here. And the curly K, it's a bit curly. Okay, let's look at some words which use the K phoneme. Kid, K-I-D, kid. Kid, K-I-D, kid. Kit, K-I-T, kit. K-I-T, kit. One thing I haven't mentioned is when modelling this blending process, it's important to re-emphasise all the time reading direction, because sometimes children will write, for example, will build the word kit like this, and they will come up and say K-it, kit. So we want to congratulate them if they blend the word correctly, but also correct. Well done, that's great, you blended that word, but it's the wrong way round. Or is it the right way? Check, have a look at my word. Is your word the same? And get them to correct their own mistakes. And one way to always help to prevent these mistakes is by moving your finger from the first sound to the final sound. So K-it, kit. Okay, so here we have a capital letter. We've got the word Kim, it's somebody's name, so we've got a capital K. We haven't introduced capital letters so far, so now would be a good opportunity to discuss that. In primary schools in England, we teach phonics using lowercase letters first. We teach capital letters, but they come afterwards. The reason being is because it's more constructive to teach lowercase letters. Children will quickly be able to use them in their reading, as text which they come across will be in lowercase. So for now, I'm going to use the lowercase k to write the word Kim, but when your child is ready to learn capital letters, and I would suggest waiting until all of phase 2 has been taught first, then we can start the discussion about names and places and introducing a new sentence and things like that. We're going to use capital letters. For now, we're just going to use the lowercase. So we've got Kim, k, I, m, Kim. K, I, m, Kim. I think it's also worth pointing out the importance of having a discussion with your child's teacher at this point to find out if they've been introduced to capital letters in school. It could be that they may be introduced to capitals and lowercase at the same time. I think it's unlikely, but who knows? So it's worth having that discussion. If they've been introduced to capital letters, then definitely teach Kim as a name that begins with a capital K right from the beginning. If they haven't, don't. I think it's really important at home to support what's happening in school. That way it's consistent for your child. Okay, so as said before, all these phase 2 sounds and the words can be downloaded for free from mrearliers.com or check the link in the description. So now let's practice writing the letter K. The letter K is a tall letter, a little bit like the letter D. This time we're going to start right at the top. We're going to start up in the sky, and we're going to come all the way down to the bottom in a straight line. Remind your child not to take their pen off the paper. We're going to come all the way down to the bottom in a straight line, and then we're going to go up about halfway. We're going to curl out and in, and then straight line, diagonal down, and flick. Okay, we're going to start right at the top, all the way to the bottom, up the same line about halfway. We'll curl out and in, and then diagonally line down and flick, all the time saying k, 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 k. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give us a like if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video where we will learn our first digraph. If you remember, we explored what digraphs were in the first video. A digraph is where we have 2 letters which make one sound. Our first digraph is going to use the letter C and the letter K, and when the letter C and the K are put together, they form a digraph which makes the phoneme K. See you then.